came to the Tarkine to connect, to share my music and try and communicate with the old world. I sat at the base of an old growth tree and played my instrument, played my song. When I was finished, I set it aside, and it was raining at the time, and big droplets formed on the canopy of the same tree, fell down and played a song back to me on my instrument. It really felt like ancient communication, and I felt a deep connection with this forest, with this area that we really need to protect. It's eons older than us.
Tarkine is a pretty powerful place, eh? So, yeah, it's so important that a place like this that there are areas of it that are so unaffected by the human constructed world, that are still so primordial, so living as they have done, unaffected for eons.
The Tarkine is the last great wilderness area of Tasmania that is not protected. It's suffered an incredible amount of degradation, and that's still continuing. And coming up here strengthens my appreciation of the unlimited value of this place, and how important it is to protect what is left as well as we can.
So the Tarkine, for me, is precious beyond words. Trying to apply words to it cheapens it, but we have to use words to try and explain what it is to people who haven't been able to come out here. Otherwise they wouldn't know how important it is to protect it. So this weekend, what we've done, rather than just using words, we've got words in addition to other forms of art to communicate with people what we have in Tasmania at our doorstep. That is one of the most, well, for one, is the second largest continual tract of rainforest in the entire world, and it has 7 out of 10 criteria for World Heritage listing, which is the same amount as Cradle Mountain, Lake St Clair National Park.
Wow.
And it's the lungs, a large part of the lungs of the earth here, and it has such biodiversity, and it's so ancient, thousands and thousands and thousands of years old, and it just has to be protected. There's just no two questions about it. So the sooner the better.
A reconnection with our ancient being. I feel particularly this forest it's so untouched and so rich. There's so much life here. Everything is interconnected. Everything is giving to each other, which is what humans should be. You know, on one piece of branch or tree, you've got hundreds of different forms of moss and lichen. You've got trees intertwined, they're supporting each other, they're nurturing each other. The dead trees bring life to the new trees, and we need to feel connected. I feel connected, but I want everyone to feel connected, and then they wouldn't destroy it. I feel, you know, we share a lot of DNA with these trees, with the animals, the plants. I think a lot of our DNA is connected. We're part of it. And I just feel more rooted to this earth. I feel it's such a precious, precious place. We've got to preserve it.
It's been an amazing time of, in a way, the forest feels completely impenetrable, in a way. It's been sort of hard to sort of form a connection with something that's so ancient and totally, like, it doesn't need humans in it in the first place, it feels. That's part of the challenge of feeling a connection, because you don't feel like you should be here in the first place. But it's been amazing to actually, just bring a variety of people in to raise a connection with this amazing place. Just to show it to the outside world as much as anything, I think, just to show that, there is just something so incredibly fragile and ancient and huge that, it's still impossible to believe that the area we're in is in a potential 1 year zone of, could be any moment they could just decide to come in and just bring in the dozers. It's just, I think everyone's the same. They just cannot believe that anyone could actually walk into a place like this and say, right, let's bring out the dozers. It's just impossible. But it's been absolutely a beautiful experience. Been incredibly hard to put into words.
It's almost like a friend who's going to move away soon. Like, I don't feel like there's heaps of time. Like, the first time I came to Tarkine, I got lost in logging roads for a whole day, and it was clear to me from the first visit that, like, it's changing rapidly, and like, every time I come it's different, and there's more impact by humans, and that's kind of sad. I feel a bit like rushed to meet this place while it still is this way, because it's going to, at this rate it's going to be really different each time I come back. It's like a life that's accelerated. Aging faster than it should. Good.
The Tarkine means to me an opportunity to connect into that primal, that wildness, where we all come from, the touch of the earth, it's almost like the rustle of a jacket is too loud because it drowns out the sound of the birds or the rustling of the leaves. It's an opportunity to strip back all of those pieces and be completely present, and there's not many places left on earth that call that forward so strongly without real effort. And to be part of Tarkine in Motion has meant that calling has been put forward and we've answered. So us as artists, me as an artist, I can recognise in that the opportunity to come in here and connect with that and to expand into all these different areas. So the forest calls forth something for me that's very quiet and deep and cool and permeating. And the coast has called forth for me that smashing, the constant movement, the conflict, the things that have to happen for change to occur, even if that change is eons long, the wearing down of the rock and stuff has to happen through that conflict, the constant conflict day in, day out. So the two together, the fact that there's a project in a place like this means that the calling forth is happening, the answering is happening, and the location has allowed the stuff to come forth. And sitting here telling you that in front of an 800-year-old myrtle tree as this, infinite being in this body that barely exists is just the most incredible honour. Thank you.